Okay, welcome back to my opinion. This morning, we're going to do a little experiment. Um, you and I both are going to discover something. I've been wondering about it for a week or two and decided to do a little video about it. Well, snap caps. We're all familiar with these. These are two of the same snap caps. They come from the same company. Um, yeah, they're not two different ones or different plating or anything like that. They're simply uh, two of the same snap caps. I've always wondered, uh, and many of you probably have too, is a gun like a Glock with the with its system of hitting the sorry, it's early, of hitting the primer better or worse than say something that's hammer fired like my PX4 Storm. And today we're going to find out, does one hit the primer harder than the other uh, or not? So we're going to load one in the PX4 Storm. All right. The hammer would be cocked all the way back, obviously. You know what? We'll also test that too while we're at it. It's not a bad idea to test it just to make sure. And no, it did not hit the uh, primer. So we're going to fire this about 5 times and then do the Glock to see how a striker fired uh, works on the primer versus a hammer fired works on the primer. This is how you would fire it because this is the way you would carry it in your holster, and you would fire it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now I'm going to eject that, set it aside. We're going to load the Glock. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oops. It's a Glock. You have to do it this way. That was 2. 3. 4. And it may be 6. I may have lost count. I don't think I did, but we'll see. I have a suspicion that the hammer fired is going to hit the striker harder. One more. Okay. I could be totally wrong. I'm not basing that on any information, nothing like that. All right, here we go. This is the Glock. And I will set these guns over here. Just to make sure you all can see it. It's hard to do. Wait a minute. I think that actually worked best. Okay. This, and I'm seeing this for the first time myself too, is the PX4 Storm. Maybe. Glock on the right. This one's the Glock. This one's the PX4 Storm. This is very difficult. Glock on the right. It hit it. The Glock hit the primer 4 little tiny indentures, all in the same spot. You can see. I don't know if you'll be able to see where it did 4 little indentures there. All in the same spot, right in the middle of the primer. If you can see that. But the hammer fired hit it right one spot really hard on that one ping, on those 5 pings. It hit it much harder. Yeah, it's weird though. Okay, I'm gonna put the the PX4 Storm over there. This. Is the Glock. Can you see the 4 little indentures, the 4 little, where the striker hit the primer in 4 different little spots. So the primer is not as, the striker is not as precise. It's precise enough, it hits it in the center, but not like the Beretta. Which is unique, kind of different. Whereas with the Beretta, you can see a much harder hit ping right in the center. All 5 were right on it. You wouldn't be able to count how many times. And again, comparing them both side by side. I don't know if you can see that or not. I hope you can. And I can mix them up now, and I can clearly tell which one's which. PX4 Storm, because it's hit really hard right in the center, versus a striker fired, which is a little lighter, but also 4 different little spots, even though they're right in the center. Interesting. But anyway, that was my little experiment. I like my primer to be hit hard. That sounded wrong. I like for the gun to hit the primer, the hammer to hit the primer hard like that. We all can tell when a Glock, and I've never had any issues with this, and I've never heard of any issues with Glocks having light primer strikes. I mean, I have, but it's usually something they've done to the gun, the person. But yeah, so tell me what you think. See if you can do this experiment. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be safe.